butthole. I did that on purpose. I'm so sorry, dude. I feel bad for my family. I feel bad for my family, dude. I feel so bad. Okay. Hey guys or gals, it's me, Midahar, and today we're gonna be black. It's me. It's me. Oh, it's me. Yo, what's up, guys? It's me. Yeah, so we're back. Um, I've mentioned this before that the stupid, what's it called? Like the screen thing. I mean, the audio thing. Just don't worry about it, guys. It's getting kind of, it's getting a little dumb. Let's see. La 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 la. Okay, let's go. Yeah, right now, I think we're just gonna hang out, cause like, la 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 la. Cause is Quage even here? Yeah. But don't tell me that they copyrighted this shit. Let's see. Tell me. I guarantee you they copyrighted this at one point. I got 98 views for the Welcome Luxury. I can do a podcast. Dude, we should like, wow, okay, that's beautiful, that's beautiful, that's beautiful, that's beautiful, that's beautiful, that's beautiful, just goes crazy. Okay, let's see. Tell me right now, tell me right now. Okay, so you didn't. Okay, good. So let's go. Oh, okay, so Quage is here, okay. So yeah, let me share my screen. Okay, so let's see. What can we watch without getting copyrighted? I think we can watch this actually.
The average person has 2 piercings. Well,
Quage, can you see the screen now or no? Okay, yeah, he can see the screen. He can see the screen. Yeah, because I was telling him, like, dude, like, of course I'm going to put the thing. Okay, let's go. Wait, let's see. What if I, like, put... Okay, so I do have it now. Okay, let's go.
okay, now that we got that out of the way,
Let's go.
the average person has 2 piercings. Well, 2.1 if you want to be statistical. This is technically a body modification, but what about extreme body modifications? I'm talking about removal of fingers, eye tattoos, teeth sharpening, horns, and so much more. Today, we'll be talking about the disturbing world of body modifications and specific people who one could argue took things a bit too far. Also, this video is in no way shaming anyone on the list. You have your right to do whatever you want with your body. This video is just covering some shocking body mods. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's get right into the video.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Like I said in the intro, we're going to be talking about disturbing body modifications, specifically the people. Also, I have a song coming out March 10th featuring Funeral. If you want to tune into that, it'll be on the second channel and on Spotify and Apple Music, all of it.
Let's see. Those disturbing videos really do know how to disturb you. I mean, yeah, I guess you can say that, yeah.
And please make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to get
But it depends, because these ones don't disturb me.
a lot more followers on Instagram. I posted a really cool picture of me. There it is. So if you want to go leave a like on it.
Oh, yeah, I've
follow
seen
me on
that.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, I uploaded last week. I uploaded a Lizard Squad video. So if you want to go check that out after this, make sure to go check it out. Anyway, let's get started with the video. Anthony Loffredo. Anthony calls himself the Black Alien, although he's a white man. To be fair, he's tattooed from head to toe, including the white areas of his eyes. He's had surgeries, tattoos, and other procedures done on him to gain self-confidence. He even told LAD Bible that it makes him feel more like himself. He's named his transformation the, quote, Black Alien Project. So what has he done to his body so far? Well, within a period of 9 years, he's split his tongue, gotten rid of his ears, nostrils, fingers to get that look of a claw, upper lip, and just recently, he wanted to amputate his leg. He's also sharpened his teeth and dyed them purple in addition to changing the color of his eyes several times. According to him, all these body modifications are getting him closer to his, quote, Black Alien end goal. He's actually complained that restaurants are discriminating against him by refusing to serve him. Apparently, he's just too scary with all the tattoos that it makes people nervous. I mean, I think that's something you go into once you want to become a black alien. You should probably think about how the public...
Yeah, you probably want to think about all that. Yeah.
...public's gonna react. He thinks of himself as a, quote, normal guy. Maybe because he loves animals and reading, taking mirror selfies, getting regular workouts at the gym, and smoking occasionally. Loffredo was born in 1988, making him 34 years old now, and he's also from France. Little is known about Loffredo's family background other than the fact that he lives with his mom. It seems he's still single. Fun fact, his nose was removed in Spain because France has apparently banned this procedure. He got his fingers chopped off in Mexico in 2021, and he plans on getting surgeries on the back of his head in addition to the leg amputation. But what about work? It's reported that he worked for 1 year as a security guard before he moved on to transforming his body. I actually think it would be better for him to be a security guard now. It'd be like the final boss security guard. They gotta bring him out when scallywags are causing a scene. Bruh. Anyway, let's head on to the next one.
Okay.
Nadine Anderson. The daddy's girl from Dundee, Scotland, started getting tattoos as soon as she hit 18 years old and started her famous face blackout work at 21. Other than her face scarification, she split her tongue, which actually had to be done in Germany due to laws prohibiting the procedure in the UK. She also cut off the top of her ear cartilage. In her interview with Hobo Jack, Nadine says her face black work was made feminine specifically for her, and it's a big fuck you to the flowers and heart tattoos. What was her inspiration? She saw her father's fully tatted sleeves growing up, which she says were impressive. She told the US Daily,
Yo, just put a Shenron. Just put a Shenron tattoo. That's all you need. That's all you need, and instantly you look like better than. Let's see, what is this actually? But yeah, you look like way better than like with like all the body modifications. Let's see. Not now. Yeah, let me look at something on, because this app I've had it up for a while, and also Quaichi Quaiquish. Okay, let's see. So right now it's $49.99. Dude, I could have had this for like way cheaper actually. Dude, also I'm sorry that like the stupid popping noise, for some dumb reason it just does that. Like my butthole. I love it. I love that it's $60 just to play one of the Kingdom Hearts games. Like, I'm telling you, dude. Like, come on now. Come on, Quaiji Quaiquage the third, fifth, 10 for whatever the heck. Quaiji Quaiquage or something. Like, I don't know, man.
that her father's tattoos inspired her Pinterest boards and other sites where she saved what she wanted to look like when she turned 18. A look at her Instagram page shows the extent of her tattoos, having 90% of her body covered in 2020. There's also no hint to her family life online, other than her mention of her dad's influence and her journey. Is she looking to add more ink? Yeah, definitely. She told the New York Post,
In the end, Every heart returns to the darkness once it can. That's basically what it feels like. Like she full on like going into the darkness, going into the dark. That's what it feels like.
2020 that she was looking to add more ink under her right eye.
Going
She recalls that the tattoo on her growing area was the most
in.
painful and difficult to manage, as she had to use
Going in.
makeshift diapers for a week.
Going.
How about her scarifications? Nadine says healing them was quick but brutal, especially since she had to constantly fly in and out of Europe.
In the end,
She
oh,
described the healing as a whitey affair, saying that she had to pour citric acid in the wounds to settle the scars. She's a full-time employed health assistant, so her tattoos don't affect her employability or ability to make money. She also recently joined the Woodstock Models, a career she never imagined herself in. According to her, modeling her tattoos shows the world what other people didn't have the balls to achieve.
yeah.
Amber Luke. Amber Luke has 90% of her body tatted with over 600 tattoos. She's famous for her blue inked eyeballs, a procedure that risks her going permanently blind as she couldn't see properly 3 weeks after the procedure. The 29-year-old Australian.
Okay, so basically half the time these are just people who took it a little too far. Okay, let's see. Of course, there's an OnlyFans account, because why not? Let's see. This guy turned himself into a weird alien, I guess. Barbie, I guess. Okay, let's see.
To be disciplined with gifts. Stop getting, gonna assume we're like halfway through the video, so that means you guys have been seeing my little character on the screen. I really hope you guys like it, because I want to keep doing that. I think it's just a lot easier.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
For this video, I'm doing both, but sometime in the future, I think I'm gonna mainly be doing my character on the screen, just to keep the channel refreshing. I know y'all like seeing my face, but I think eventually I'm gonna switch over to...
Dude, come on. I respect it. 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 Also, like, I respect the fact that he keeps showing us Danny DeVito in his corner. But, like, man, like, it would be cool to, like, see his face in more videos. If he doesn't, like, you know, he kind of just does, like, whatever. Because, dude, I'm going to miss having him, like, show up every 2 seconds.
My little character. But that doesn't mean facecam videos will stop. Just wanted to make that clear. Also, since I'm talking right now, make sure to shop at earldoesn'texist.com. The video game drop came out, and we have Araylyn Smith grew up in Texas with a very supportive Christian family. She recalls having a happy childhood with her parents being very involved. She told Soft White Underbelly that she graduated high school in 2017, then moved in with her dad in Houston, but never wanted to attend college. Her dad insisted that she needed a college education, and even paid for her nursing school fees.
Okay, so basically what I'm getting from this is that everyone here, yeah, they just, like, did weird body modifications. Yeah. Because that is, like, really weird. Okay, let's see.
Okay, so I know I said the next animation would be the World of Warcraft orc.
You've done well so far, but up until now, I've only been using a mere 5% of my power. Now let's see how well you fare against my Biden blast.
Oh, boy.
So yeah, like, follow.
Like, follow, and subscribe to Quaichi Quay. Ooh, okay. Why would I have to choose between all three when I could just put all... Ah, dude, it's because, dude, they have to put... They're gonna put all three, though. Yo, this is an English cover? I mean, I know it's not official, that's for sure, but... I didn't know that we were gonna get into that territory. Okay, let's see. Become super extra efficient. Okay, so they're gonna... Okay, copyright. So basically, he becomes super... I mean, he becomes Beast Gohan, he kills him, and that was the end of the story. Yay! Yeah, because basically we were gonna get copyrighted, so that's why, like... I just didn't... Like... How do you call it? You are made of stupid, but with vine booms. Okay. F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere, anytime at all. Down here in the big blue sea. Oh, I got some good vocals, and I'm hearing them right now as we speak, bruh. Friends are F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. It is for anywhere. It's anytime I don't want. Me. Yeah. Okay, let's see. What can we do? What can we do? Yo, this was weird. The fact that they didn't continue, the dude didn't continue this, that was. Thank you, bruh. Thank you. Thank you. And as for friends who just dive together, you is for you and me. Oh, I can hear my own fart. So yeah, I'm gonna go, how do you call it? Dude, this stupid, oh my god. I'm gonna go, like, like, I'm gonna go for a bit, that's what I'm getting at. But yeah, so basically, I'm gonna turn down my microphone, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye. Alright, I'm back, and, yeah. I can't even, nah, dude, I'm okay, I want to hear this, actually. Okay, because obviously, again, for some reason, Nintendo just loves to, like, I mean, not Nintendo, um, you know what I'm saying? Turn, right, okay, well, actually, let's, like,
Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar, and today we have to have a serious talk.
Okay, let's go.
About shopping carts. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, something that wilds me out is when I go grocery shopping because I have to get food to sustain my human form. Yeah, you know, the one thing that I find funny in the parking lot is seeing like 7 shopping carts just chilling out in the middle of nowhere. Now, I'm one of those people that when I'm done putting stuff into my car, I put the shopping cart in the corral. It's what it's there for, okay? To corral carts. Now, of course, the reason why you shouldn't leave shopping carts out there, you know, A, they take up like unused parking slots. The other thing is sometimes wind comes and then the shopping carts fly into somebody else's car, and nobody wants car troubles. Nobody wants to deal with that. Maybe it's a Canadian thing, all right? Maybe we're just, there for our fellow man, or at least we try to be. But I'm generally in support of people pushing in their carts to the corral. Now,
Yeah, no, we actually put our carts in the corral thing as well. Just there's lazy ass people in this world, dude. That's why. Because there's a lot of lazy people, that's why.
one thing I love about YouTube is there's a channel for everything. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Cart Narcs, for those of you who don't know. And they're pretty active uploaders where they basically go into like parking lots and basically shame people for not putting their shopping carts back. The 5 seconds they could have spent in order to not get shamed in front of nearly 500,000 people, this is a whole channel for it. Now, of course, this is such harmless, goofy stuff that I'm absolutely 100% in support of the people behind it. Now, of course, like every good meme, there's a origin story behind it. Now, this is the Woody Show. It's a radio show. For a lot of you youngins that don't know, but Buddha, what's a radio? It's the thing before television. And, of course, when you're in your car, you fire up the radio and you listen.
I love it. I love how every person that just happens to be older than us, even by a few years, I love how they assume that we just don't know, like, older technology. And I mean, I know he's not being serious. I know that. Like, before people start going, like, yeah, dude, like, he's just joking. Like, I know, yeah. It's just, like, a lot of people do it, though. Like, a lot of people do it, though. Including my butt.
Listen to shows. This is like a morning show, but the person behind it is interesting. The person behind Cart Narcs is one of their producers. This is Sebastian. Now, Sebastian's main gimmick is basically going in to these. Now, Sebastian basically started off by basically creating this thing in 2018, where he said, Cart Narcs shaming people who don't put back carts. Let's listen to this.
Seabass here from The Woody Show, and Americans unfortunately are facing an epidemic perpetrated by the laziness of their fellow citizens. We're talking about the dicks who don't take their shopping carts back to the corral. Dinged car doors, spots taken up, grocery prices raised sky high because employees have to go out and spend their time hunting down carts. Well, we're doing something about it. We are publicly shaming those dicks who don't take back their shopping cart.
I love it. I love it. I love the fact that this is even a concept. So obviously, I just love when they have like this TV style framing going on. Let me tell you right, Sebastian very much puts a level of charisma that is unmatched by many on this platform. To show you guys the level of fear that Sebastian has instilled into parking lots in America, I'm going to show you the response that basically he gets from people that are apparently about to leave their cart behind. So in this shot, you can see this individual walking by. He's thinking, maybe I'll leave the cart. Looks directly at our agent. And then he thinks, well, goddamn, what do I do? He looks around quickly for a corral, notices one right there, and then he immediately flips around. Now, of course, our agent Greg will definitely put it up to him, but this is the level of fear instilled. In order not to get publicly shamed, the dude corrals it. I love it. He's absolutely right about public shaming. The moment people are looking at you for doing an obviously shitty thing, yeah, they won't proceed to do the shitty thing. Now, of course, to understand, it's even wilder when you've got an actual, and I'm not joking with you, but don't take my word or Sebastian's word for it. You know you've made YouTube content when there is a goddamn university scientific paper written about you. You can see at the 72nd annual conference of the Association of Internet. Oh, that's a cute way of saying Redditors. But you can see at the Hebrew University of Jerusalem. The typical Cart Narcs YouTube video opens with the agent Sebastian walking through a grocery store parking lot. Sebastian briefly explains the video's purpose. We shame people who don't put their carts back. And he looks for a cart miscreant to confront. And of course, he tells you with around 160 videos, 160,000 subscribers, and 18 million views, Cart Narcs is an elite YouTube channel. It just is elite. Come on now. Jesus Christ. Yes, this is in fact a actual professional paper written about this. By engineering the communication situation around shopping carts, the Cart Narc is able to take the moral high ground and leave Sap's few options. Concede and return the cart. Tell the Cartnart to mind his own business. Ignore him. And this is the reaction of the situation is designed to provide. Now, of course, if you want to look at what Sebastian looks like in public, I'm going to show you how he dressed up. This is Sebastian in the Cartnark uniform. He's got a harness, got the GoPro. He is ready to go. I can't, dude. This is the greatest I've ever seen. He's got the whole red baton. He's got the whole uniform. This is a man that takes it into character. Now, if you look at one thing he's got down over here, that, my friends, is a sticker. Now, what does he do with that sticker? Well, he sticks it onto those cars that have actually not put their carts back in the corral. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is where things get very dangerous for our friend Sebastian. And it's to a point where he had guns pulled onto him. I'm going to show you exactly where it gets really spooky.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, cart turns all over the place right here. Are you gonna get it for me? No, sir, I'm a cart narc. I narc out people that don't get the carts. Oh, thank you. Yeah, let them know. Let them know I didn't put it back. Well, I'm gonna let you know first. I'm giving you a chance to redeem yourself. Oh, no, I'm good. Why? How can you be good being a lazy bones? Sorry, man. I hope you have a good day. Well, I'm gonna give you our bumper hood of...
Dude, I think I just touched a bug. Because I legit, I had my foot up against my closet, and then I see this weird thing that's not usually there. My closet looks kind of dirty, it's smudged a bit, but I put my finger on it, and this bug fell. And I don't see it, so either it crawled away, or I just killed it somehow. I don't know, man, that's nasty. And please. I love Modar.
I love the passive aggressiveness of this situation. That dude is not having it, and our friend...
Okay, so basically, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna we're definitely moving past this. Okay, let's see.
Every Smash game has a modding scene, but nearly all of them are simply competing for second place. When it comes to Smash mods, no one can beat the king, Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
On God.
Legacy projects, there are few games that have as active and dedicated a scene as Brawl.
On God.
It's technically not even supposed to be modded in the first place.
On God.
Where it honestly feels like there isn't anything we can't do given enough time on a problem.
On God.
Costumes are one thing, but the sheer number of fully custom characters with functional and sometimes really advanced movesets is even more impressive. And that's
On God.
a specific mod.
I love the fact that I literally just I literally will just be talking about something normal, and then they'll say something and they're about to finish and continue with something else, and I'm like, oh my God.
Pack Project M EX Remix.
Let's
This
go!
isn't a project like Project M or Project Plus. Rather than having a team create their own dedicated content, the aim of this build is to instead consider and curate the best of the best available for Brawl modding.
Let's go!
All in one easy download. That means, yeah, the character roster is
Oh,
crazy.
wow.
Smash Ultimate looks minuscule compared to this thing. It's
Wow.
honestly starting to look like one of those insane fan rosters that you used to find on Google Images and
Okay, I'm about to say it, and I'm about to say it again. On God! Honestly, I'm surprised the eel from Mario 64 is not there.
2005. It's crazy. Now, I just want to make sure it comes off crystal clear that the team that's
But then again, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
make everything here, and they don't pretend that they have. Some things in the pack are things that they have done originally, but it's kind of a mixture of pre-existing mods and work that the remix team has done. So let's go ahead and take a look at Project M EX Remix.
That's pretty
The first thing
cool.
to get out of the way is that this is of course built on top of Project M and Project Plus, so you will find all of their characters in this roster, including the finished Knuckles from Project Plus and fan-finished versions of both Isaac and Lyn, characters that were originally planned for Project M before they ceased development. On top of that, this build also includes includes all of the characters made for Super Smash Bros. Legacy XP. So you'll also find characters like Ridley, Geno, Shadow, and Metal Sonic, for example. But I won't harp on about those characters too much because both of those projects were so big that most of you have probably played them or at the very least seen them. I want to talk about some of the more obscure or impressive stuff, and we're gonna start with backported characters. Whenever a new character is added to the current Smash game, we're always impressed by the mechanics that are introduced. Every single one nowadays seems to have a
Yeah, just so you guys know, it's going to be 2 years since Sora came out in Smash. Like, take the time to process that. It's been almost 2 years. Like, dude, that's not That's the thing. Like, I'm sorry that you raped a lot, but like, dude, that's crazy. When you think about the fact that like, it's almost 2 years, yeah, since like we got. Oh, this is true. Oh,
I have a
oh my God, it's Ariel. Oh my God, it's Ariel. Jesus Christ. I really wanna talk quiet. Oh my God, it's Ariel. Okay, I need to chill out. Like, oh my God, it's Uriel. Oh my God. Like, dude, I need to chill out, dude. And I'm giving myself a headache. Oh my God, dude. Oh, my head. I think I heard it.
Would you rather be a human during the Boo Saga when he's doing his human extinction attack? Or would you rather be a human during the Cell Saga when he's drinking everyone? Now, me personally, I'd rather be a human during the Boo Saga because at least you'll have a quick death. With Cell, you're gonna feel every second of pain when he's drinking.
That's true.
Bro is drinking you like he just woke up at 3 a.m. dehydrated as fuck, and he just finds the nearest cold water bottle and he just starts shotgunning that. What's good, people? Kenny here. I recently just rewatched the grandfather of our Shogun anime, Dragon Ball Z, and I had such I suppose everyone talks about his perfect form, and don't get me wrong, his perfect form was who for the rest of the video I'm just gonna call Imperfect Cell. Not only will I be discussing how terrifying Imperfect Cell was, but I'm also gonna discuss his character too. Both the introduction out of the way.
Okay, let's finally get into it. Okay. Yo, this guy chose some pretty good music. Like, he chose the FNAF music, and then now he's choosing like the Majora's Mask music. Like, it fits pretty well.
Part of the reason what made Imperfect Cell so terrifying was the build up to his introduction. First, we see that Trunks, Bulma, and Gohan find another time machine in the middle of nowhere. As they're investigating the abandoned time machine, they see not only does it look identical to the time machine Trunks has, but there was someone or something operating it. I say something because they find an egg inside the time machine and they come to the conclusion that whatever the hell was operating the time machine hatched out of this egg and escaped. This theory is supported even more when Gohan finds a wild Metapod. But sadly, no one
On God, it looks like a pod.
has any Pokeballs to catch it. But ew, I was not prepared to see this as a kid. Mainly because I was scared of bugs, and every time I saw one, I made it my mission to squash them. Anyways, after leaving the scene of a crime, Bulma receives the news that citizens in Gingertown have vanished without a trace. She calls Krillin to tell him to turn on the news to see what's happening. We see the news and it's true. Everyone's clothes are on the ground for the wrong reasons. The news reporter begins to hear screaming, and before he could check it out, the camera cuts to static, indicating that whatever is doing this just got him too. I just love how Toriyama does such a good job on executing the suspense and mystery on what's causing this.
Yeah. I love it too, especially when like the guy reuses like his ideas like every 1,000 seconds. But yeah, if we're talking about back then, maybe yeah, but I'm not gonna give credit like now. Like to get like that's the thing. Like I'm not saying that he's not like I don't love Dragon Ball, but it's like dude, the guy repeats his shit like every 5 seconds. Like I rather use past tense terms than to be like, yeah, Toriyama is such a good, like, no, not he is a good, like, he was a good writer. Because at least back then it was more simple because it was dumb and it was like, it was getting dumb, but it was not as bad as now, you know? Or at least not as bad as Boo. Ooh. Wait. Is this what I think it is? Oh, never mind. So I wonder if Uriel's here. I wonder. Maybe I scared him off with the ear rape. Oh, let's see. Who else liked my post now I think about it? Okay. Butthole. Butthole. I love quiz. Let's see. Plastic Love. Oh yeah, you guys need to check out the Taco Overload. I'm on that podcast. You guys need to check it out, bruh. And the Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories playthrough I'm doing with him. Dude, I love these videos. Like, I actually do. Because you just don't expect like it's just great when you see these people talk about
De un videojuego diseñado exclusivamente para la PS2. Lamentablemente no agregué a esta lista al sorprendente por...
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. That, dude, I don't want to ever see that ever again, dude. I don't want to ever see that ever again. That was horrendous. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, dude. Wait. No way. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
这里还一个标本。
You son of a bitch. No. No. Great. No. You guys don't get it, do you? You guys don't get what they just showed, right? There's no way you guys didn't see that, and there's no way you guys can just sit there and act like that was normal. Oh my god. So is no one gonna ask, or like what's happening? Yeah, because I was gonna say, dude, that was not even like. Because, okay, here's the thing. I want to see that if I can find the video. Oh, that's his name. That's his name. He talked about it. He talked about it. I watched it today. Like, that's why we're gonna actually watch.
TikTok page, perhaps the one that would finally thrust him into the public eye. And as he walked TikTok page, perhaps the one that would. But what he'd find in that old laboratory would, to uncovering that building road, he believed that each step was taking him closer and closer to uncovering that building's original purpose. But what he'd find in that old laboratory wouldn't be answers. In fact, he would be left with far more questions, as the video he would go on to post would leave hundreds of thousands of people horrified, disturbed, and in many cases, scarred for life. With the clip setting off what may very well be the darkest mystery to ever unfold on the site, and perhaps one of the most disturbing in the entire history of the internet. Before we fully get into things here...
Okay. So let me put my head... Let me... Wait.
Contents of this mystery involve videos that can barely be broadcast in any capacity due to just how disturbing they are. And although I'm sure some of you will be disappointed that the videos themselves are not shown in their entirety, I can assure you that these clips are ones that you don't want to see.
Yeah, we found something we probably don't want to see.
And on that note, let's go back to that old dirt road. The location was one of many examined by this explorer who goes... As he entered the structure, he was greeted with an overwhelming stench that covered the building in its entirety. The mask he wore helped block out some of the smell, but not nearly enough to make it a pleasant experience. Noticing this, X immediately began to suspect that something was off, as he roamed the halls of the lab, using the smell as a marker, following it to uncover its source.
I love how the dude just became like a dog. I love it. The fact that he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna like... Because I'm not saying that that's not how it works. It's just the fact that the dude referred to it as he used it as a marker. It's like, yeah, the dude's a dog now, I guess. No, but in all seriousness now, yeah, like, usually that's what happens. Yeah, you usually smell something coming from a direction. The best thing to do if you actually want to know what's in that direction or where the smell's coming from is open your nostrils up and go find the stench.
This led him past the first floor and down into the structure's basement, which consisted of old concrete rooms and tunnels, almost like some sort of fallout shelter. And as he passed by one room in particular, he knew he had found the source of the stench, as the smell coming from its opening was nearly unbearable. But having come all this way, he decided to push on and enter the room, turning on his camera just a few minutes later to reveal what exactly he had discovered.
来吧，兄弟们想看的，地下实验室，机密承受能力强的朋友，随着镜头来。接下来大家所看到的一切物品。
The things you see next are all props. Okay, keep this in mind, guys. Keep this in mind.
As he enters the room, X shows a large pool-like structure lined with old pieces of wood, and as it comes into frame, he prefaces the discovery by saying that the contents within this pool are merely props from an old movie. He then proceeds to point the camera down inside, revealing thick green water. And
okay, so it's like, okay, cool. It's probably bacterial water from like some old freaking like pool for a movie or something. And maybe it was like a horror movie, or it was like a religious movie in some weird thing or whatever. Or yeah, whatever, you know. Okay, here's the thing.
Floating within this water were what looked to be children.
Exactly.
Mere babies. and dozens of them decaying in the water.
Yeah.
Vix then begins to gag and runs out of the room, shutting off the camera right before getting sick. The video is shocking, and as it made it...
So that's basically what we ended up coming across. That the thing is that I thought that we were gonna watch... Let's go to my history because, you know... I thought that we were just gonna watch the mirror. You know. No, we're not continuing that. We were gonna watch the mirror like... just whatever, you know. And now we came across the actual source, and so we basically unfortunately got to see what the actual horrors were. So, yeah. So unlike here where the dude explains like the actual events of what happened, and like try to not show the disturbing stuff, yeah, basically on purpose, YouTube tried to demonetize me. Like, it purposely tried to get me in trouble. Like, that's really what happened. We almost got, like, the channel, like, not the channel because, you know, I could just make a new one, but literally, yeah, I could have gotten in trouble because the stupid video shut up and I was like, oh, cool, it's probably just whatever. Because, you know, it's probably the same footage as the guy used. No. It was, yeah, it was just all, oh my god, that's the thing, dude. Oh my god. I'm getting tired of this stupid popping noise, dude. I'm getting so tired of it. It goes. Yo, like, dude, like, quays. Yo, maybe it really is just I had it on monitor and output. No. Yeah, like, I almost got in trouble, dude. Just because of the stupid freaking thing, like... Oh my god, dude. It's pissing me off that I keep hearing that stupid popping noise. And I've tried everything, by the way. See, freaking came back. And I've told you guys, like, I tried everything. Everything. I turn black. I turn black. I've done everything. Everything in my power to freaking, like, everything in my power, dude. And then the stupid thing just doesn't want to work. And then these things are so, like, oh my god. Three mysterious websites you should never visit. Quache's butthole. I knew it! I knew it! What does this mean by the complete story, though?
November 21st, 1999. Stores across Japan open to lines of customers ready to purchase.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Just the latest title from the phenomenon known as Pocket Monsters, or Pokemon for short. In less than 4 years, Pokemon had become a worldwide hit, spawning a trading card game, an animated series, a feature film, and a plethora of merchandise. Game Freak, the developers who created and designed the first set of games, had their work cut out for them. For their sophomore outing, they would have to deliver a product that not only surpassed the original, but showed the world that Pokemon wasn't just a fad. Everything has a story. And in this series, we'll cover the development, release, and cultural impact of Pokemon Gold and Silver, and how Game Freak created a follow-up to a phenomenon.
Let's go!
In the late 1980s, Game Freak, a small self-published magazine centering around arcade games in Japan, made a monumental change. They decided to no longer write about video games, but instead, they were going to create them. Satoshi Tajiri, who had been the writer for the magazine, would head this new studio and later go on to create Pokemon. Alongside Tajiri was Game Freak co-founder Ken Sugimori. Sugimori had been the illustrator for the Game Freak magazine. Tajiri would begin laying the groundwork for a new game that centered around catching bugs in the early 1990s. The idea would eventually morph into Pokemon. Tajiri served as director for the game. Sugimori was the art director and had the task of drawing and finalizing the monsters that would inhabit the game. The vision for Pokemon was large, and a long development was needed for the game. Game Freak needed funding, and the best way to do it was to develop new games for a variety of different game consoles. One of these games was Yoshi, a puzzle game released for the NES and Game Boy in 1991. The title would mark the first time Game Freak would work with Nintendo, who would go on to be the publisher for the Pokemon titles.
Wait,
Game
so
Freak
they made? Oh wow! So they made the Yoshi game? I was just kidding around about the whole Yoshi. But oh wow, dude, I didn't know about that.
Would work with Nintendo
I didn't know they
again
made
to
Yoshi
create
for the Game
Mario
Boy.
and Wario.
This I did know. This I did know.
1993 Super Nintendo title that never released outside of Japan. Both titles would be directed by Satoshi Tajiri.
Now that I know.
The relationship with Nintendo offered Game Freak their most valuable resources, funding, and the creative expertise of Nintendo's brightest minds. With their relationship evolving, Tajiri and
I love it. I love, dude. That was, bruh. Their relationship was evolving. Proceeds to show them the Pokemon evolving.
pitched the idea of Pokemon to Nintendo. Nintendo was hesitant to go forward with production, but did so due to Game Freak's reputation as a developer and Tajiri's experience in directing games for Nintendo. Shigeru Miyamoto, the legendary game developer who created Mario, Zelda, and a host of other Nintendo series, would even step in and mentor the young Tajiri. But it would take 6 long years for Pokemon to go from an idea to a fully fledged title. February 1996 would mark the beginning of Pokemania, when Pokemon Red and Green launched in Japan for the Game Boy. The titles were an instant success in Japan and helped revitalize the declining sales of the Game Boy. Despite releasing on outdated hardware, critics praised the title, and it's still considered one of the greatest games ever made by many. Players loved the titles as well, as stores sold through their stock quickly. Part of the reason for Pokemon's success was their use of the Game Boy link cable to battle and trade Pokemon. These features helped sell more copies of the games, as some players would purchase both Red and Green version to catch them all. A third version of Red and Green would be released in October of 1996 called Pokemon Blue. Originally only available through a mail-order promotion, the title would fix glitches and bugs seen in the original release, while also featuring updated sprites for the various Pokemon. Combined, Red, Blue, and Green would sell a total of over 10 million copies in Japan by 1997. Alongside the growing media franchise of trading cards, manga, and an anime, Pokemon had taken Japan by storm. Nintendo and Game Freak would even come together with Creatures Inc., another developer who helped with the development of Pokemon Red and Green, to create the Pokemon Company to handle all of the various licenses and promotions in April of 1998. North America would be a different story. At least Nintendo assumed it would be. They invested $50 million to market Pokemon Red and Blue before they released in September of 1998, a few weeks after a localized version of the Pokemon anime began airing on American television. Just like in Japan, the titles would be a massive success, selling just shy of 10 million copies. Other regions would receive Red and Blue throughout 1998 and 1999, often accompanied by the various merchandise, shows, movies, and books the franchise had been building up. Red, Blue, and Green were worldwide hits, and it spawned a massive media franchise. But fans quickly began to notice that there were more Pokemon showing up, and they weren't available in the colorful cartridges made for their Game Boys. From the very first episode of the Pokemon anime, a rare and unknown Pokemon was seen flying away to lands unknown. New Pokemon were out there, but it would be a while before gamers had a chance to capture them. In 1997, Nintendo announced that new Pokemon games would be coming out at the end of the year, titled Pocket Monsters 2 Gold and Silver. The games were meant to release on the Game Boy and would feature Super Game Boy compatibility. 100 new Pokemon would make an appearance in the title, many of which would be related to the already established Pokemon and evolutionary lines. New items, TMs, HMs, locales, and characters would appear in the game as well. New Pokemon would continue to pop up after the official announcement in the anime, Pokemon movies, trading cards, and spin-off games. From November 21st to November 23rd of 1997, Nintendo would host their annual Space World events. These were massive showcases of Nintendo products.
Here's the thing, I've seen the beta footage for Gold and Silver, but I've never seen this where like you leave the house. I've never seen this.
Similar to E3. The 1997 show was rather underwhelming, but there was a star on the show floor. An early build of Pokemon Gold and Silver was playable for fans. The demo itself was very short, only lasting around 10 minutes, and it was somewhat unimpressive given that the titles were still early in development. What this demo did have was tons of unused content that was cut from the final release of Gold and Silver.
Dude, this is way different from Gold and Silver.
Due to the timing of the event, there was little footage or pictures taken during the time. Pokemon had yet to reach a worldwide audience, and the internet was still in its infancy after all. The demo would become a lost relic of gaming, with only rumors and the occasional blurry photo to detail what the demo contained. That is, until recently. In May of 2018, a full ROM of the demo was made available over 20 years after Space World 97 took place. The demo revealed the planned 100 new Pokemon for Gold and Silver, over 30 of which would never make it into the game. Many of these cut Pokemon were pre-evolutions to Generation 1 Pokemon, and some would be used later for future Pokemon designs. Some Pokemon would receive redesigns before the final release. The demo also gave a look at the world of Gold and Silver. This world was much larger. It was influenced by all of Japan as opposed to a singular region. However, the games were far from complete. 1997 would come to an end with no new Pokemon games releasing. Despite the massive success of the original Pokemon games, Game Freak was struggling monetarily. They had spent 6 years creating the first Pokemon games while working on other projects. This long development time had left the team unprepared to begin work on a sequel. Development for Gold and Silver would begin shortly after the release of Red and Green in Japan. The team set their sights high as they began working on the game. Game Freak wanted to create a sequel that was much larger in scope, and for some developers, they had hoped to leave the series behind and begin working on something new once Gold and Silver had released. Game Freak would continue using many of the methods of production as Red and Green. However, the success of Red and Green had prompted Nintendo to release the title overseas, and Game Freak was brought on board to help localize the titles. Game Freak was also tasked with helping in the production of another title coming to the Nintendo 64, Pokemon Stadium. Game Freak would receive help during this time from the legendary Satoru Iwata. Iwata was serving
Oh my lord, is this man like a freaking angel? So basically,
shocking the developers at which the teams at Inc. Iwata stepped in and looked at the battle logic for Red and Green, which the teams at HAL and Nintendo were trying to transfer over into Pokemon Stadium. Iwata was able to analyze the code without any sort of documentation to guide him. He was able to study and port the code within a week, shocking the developers at Game Freak. 1998 would be a massive year for Pokemon, thanks to the release of Pokemon Red and Blue in North America. but Game Freak had been crafting yet another version of the original Pokemon releases behind the scenes. Pokemon Yellow would release in Japan in September of 1998 and would be released in other regions throughout 1999 and 2000. The title was an enhanced port and would feature updated battle mechanics and sprites. The story was also altered as the game would take more influences from the anime, including the inclusions of characters from the series and a Pikachu that would follow the player outside of its Pokeball. But where were Gold and Silver? The titles had been missing in action for a while, but in the April 1999 issue of Koro Koro magazine, they resurfaced. No longer were the games releasing on the Game Boy, but they would be coming to the new Game Boy Color. The games had received a number of changes, most notably the lack of a 2 in the title. Various Pokemon and gameplay elements from earlier builds were cut or redesigned. The region of Gold and Silver was significantly altered as well. Rather than taking place across all of Japan, Gold and Silver's Johto region would see inspiration from Japan's Kansai region. Major cities like Osaka and Kyoto would serve as the building blocks for much of the game's story and lore. New details of Gold and Silver would be...
Oh, wow. So, yeah, I didn't know about that because he kept mentioning it, but I didn't really think about it. So, yeah, the world was supposed to be way huger for Gold and Silver. It was not going to just be like the Kyoto area. It was going to be, it was supposed to be based off of the whole entirety of Japan. So that's crazy. And then, like, yeah, like the early beta footage, where is it? This.
Annual Space World events. These were massive showcases of
Yeah,
Nintendo
this
products
is
and
impressive.
games.
Even for a demo, that's super cool.
Like Osaka and Kyoto would serve as the building blocks than any other. Pokemon had become a global phenomenon by 1999.
1990s. Okay, so I'm tired, bruh. No, wait, what? Yeah, I'm starting to get tired. And like I said, we're gonna do this for a bit. Tomorrow, though, I think tomorrow, since tomorrow's the presentation day, and then afterwards, like, that's kind of just like whatever, we do whatever for the next 3 days. Tomorrow, though, I'm definitely gonna be streaming for a while. Like, a while. Wait, real quick. I have to play this, bruh. I have to play this.
Hey, I'm sorry.
No one cares. Oh, wait. La. Like, I don't know, bro. Oh my god. Like, it's cute, and then I love the movie, but like, I don't know, man. Oh, dude. Siren. Mom, I thought you were at work. Dude, I'm getting tired of this, dude. I'm getting tired of it being like, I don't care. Stop doing it. Like, stop freaking blowing up boat. See, like, it did it again. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna end it off here because, I'm getting tired and plus save energy. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.